Ted, running back. Smerrick, 18, quarterback.
First and last name, please.
Tyler Lands, number 22, quarterback. Nikos Kowinski, number 28, running back. I'm Tucker, 29, 3-back.
First and last name, please.
Jesse Schwab, running back, number 32. Noni Addy, running back, number 33. Matt Woolman, inside linebacker, number 35. Cameron Keesang, guard, 99 or 39. Cody Lorenzen, 44, center. Tibbetts, 45, end.
First name, last name, please.
Borba, 50, right guard. Brett Puchigami, number 55, linebacker. Lois Brown, number 55, linebacker. 57. Brian Holgren, 59, and offensive line. Alex Javin, 62, and left guard. Abbott, number 64, defensive line. Hargrave, number 65, end. Garcia, number 66. Hughes, number 67, lineman. Sotak, 73, guard. Tomioni, 75, guard. Peterson, 76, left corner. Clancy, 77, left end, right end on offense.
First and last name.
Jackson, number 80, offensive end.
First and last name.
Tynan Murray, number 88, running back. Eric Norman, 91, defensive tackle. Kevin Church, number 92, defensive right guard.
Go Poway.
Good game, man. Go, baby. Go, Bo. Good game, man. Good game, buddy. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Good game, man. Good game. Stay fired up on the sideline. Stay fired up. Don't show my speed. Fire out. Come on. Stay slow. Stay slow. Stay fired up on the sideline. You hit like an animal today, big guy. Run hard. Walk hard today, Addy. Walk hard, Bowman.
Sir!
Houston, block hard today, buddy. Hands in, block hard. Hit hard. Hit hard, buddy. Hit hard today. Hit hard. Hit hard today, buddy. Be an animal out there today, Lewis. Hit hard, Olgren. Big hits today. Hit hard. Hit hard. Block hard today, Abbott. Block hard today. Big blocks today. We need you out there. Block hard today. Hit hard today, Sotak. Hit hard. Block hard today, buddy. Block hard today. Block hard today. Big hits out of you today. Big blocking. Big blocking and hard running today. Big blocks today, buddy. Big blocks. Big blocks today. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Ferguson, Elena Jones, Elizabeth Bowen, Janelle Tibbett, Christina Rishadouli, Danielle Bodine, Caitlin Church. Your cheer coaches, Angela Day, Brooke Barnes, Kelly Yoakum, Cindy Tibbetts, Courtney Reber. Go Packers!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Poway, California, site of today's Mighty Mite Super Game of the Week. I'm Dan Williams, and on behalf of George Langevin, Sports Video Productions, I'd like to welcome you to this game that we've got going. The home team, Poway Packers, are taking on the Murrieta Firehawks. Firehawks won the toss. They elected to receive. In the back for the Firehawks, that is David Petro and Chris Mandis. Looking to kick off for Poway will be Eric Norman, number 91. We are just underway. The whistle is blown, and it is kickoff time here in Poway. Ball is booted. That'll be taken by an up man. That is Matt Rainera. Rainera brings it up about 6 yards. Tackles made by Brian Witt and Brady Dita. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Firehawks. At center for the Firehawks will be Robert Dolly. Underneath the center, Nico Gotti. I backfield, man in motion is Petro. A dive right up the middle, and the defensive center of the Packers stops him for no gain. In the middle of the Packers defense, you see Garcia, Drucker, Yorba, and Norman. That is the front four. The ends are Jackson and Brown.
Gain of 0, 2nd and 10.
Front four, Abbott, Hughes, Drucker, Jabin. Second down and now 11 as they lost a yard on that play. Gotti, hands off to Petro. He goes off tackle, picks up a couple. Stop made onto the far sideline by the right side of the defense. That'll bring up third down. So the Poway defense very, very stiff this first series against the Murrieta Firehawks. They'll have third down and a long ways to go for first down. Power backfield. We'll see if they stay set. They will. Again, right up the middle. And a nice job and the tackle made by number 29, Derek Drucker. He stood his running back up and sent him back down after a very short gain. That'll be fourth down and about 9, maybe 8.5 to go. Good defensive stance by the Poway Packers defense.
Let's go, Poway!
Fourth down. And for the Firehawks, at the midfield line, Gotti brings them up. Near side, Corey Wheeler. Around the end, there's some running room, some speed, trying to turn it inside, and catching him from the inside is going to be number 50. That is a good job by Junior Yorba.
Good for a 9 yards, but not enough for the first down. Be Poway ball, 1st and 10. Play smart, baby, play smart.
So there was a pickup, but not enough for the first down, and so change of possession goes to the Poway Packers. They will have the ball now 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Packers coming up with a similar full house backfield. On the second man through, defense is there by Murrieta. Finishing off the tackle, number 28, Chris Mandis. Very, very short gain on that one, so it'll be second down, and we'll still call it 10.
trying to strip the ball.
Second down and 10 for the Packers. Smerrick as the QB has Schramm, Drucker, and Murray in the backfield. Second down and 10. Defense. Full house front line for the Murrieta Firehawks. This time, second man through onto the left side. He will carry and pick up about 2 to 3. The ball given to number 32. That's Jesse Schramm. So a short pickup onto the left side of the line. That'll bring up a third down for the Packers. And the Firehawks doing a good job themselves defensively. This is our super game of the week. Both these teams come into this game undefeated. We expect to have a wham-bam matchup all game long. Right now, the defense on both teams doing the job. Third down and about 7 for the Poway Packers. Smerrick under center. Lead through, and he is going to be buried. Schramm tried to get the handoff, but before he could get there, Daniel Muskis as well as Josue Guzman, both of them came into the backfield charging. They get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a fourth down for the Packers. Beautiful day for football. I think we're going to be able to sneak this game in before the temperature gets up into the high 80s. We have had a mild Santa Ana coming through here for the past few days, and as we are in the first day of October, the second day of October right now, it is unseasonably warm. We had a very mild summer here in Southern California. Never really got that hot. And then we've got this Santa Ana coming through, pushed up the temperatures up into the 80s and 90s. But this is a 10 a.m. start. We actually got started about 10 minutes after 10. And so this game should get over by around noontime, just in time before the things start really heating up. And on the field, things are heating up as we've got fourth down for the Packers. They move over to a strong side left for the Packers. Looking for a fake reverse. It didn't fake anybody out. And for the Packers, they failed to converse. Murrieta Firehawks will take over first and 10. So Murrieta will have it first down and 10 at the 40-yard line. I think we started at the 40 and we've remained at the 40 through 2 possessions. Murrieta will have it. Defensive line for the Packers. You've got Drucker at nose guard. I backfield. Gotti, hands off right up the middle. There's some running room. And gang tackled by the Packers. First man getting there for Poway, Nick Riccadulli. Helping out as well will be for the Packers, Brown. Nice pickup on first down for the Poway Packers. Number 16, Brady Dita. Pickup of about 6 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 4. Coming in is Abbott, number 64, for the Packers defense. Dita, as well as Rainiera and Petro in the backfield. A little bit of movement on the line. Petro will take the ball, and a nice tackle by the Packers.
And number 64.
Jesse Schramm comes up with a nice stopping tackle, grabbing the leg of David Petro, and that's going to bring up a third down and short, as we are now third down and 2 to go for the Firehawks.
Stop him, Poway!
Jackson at cornerback on the near sideline. Gotti, man in motion. That is Rainiera. There's a couple flags on the play. With the ball is Brady Dita. He is stopped as he's close to the first down marker, but we do have a flag on the play. We'll take a look and see what the call is.
Merrick and Woolman on the tackle for Poway. There's a flag on the play.
It is against Murrieta Firehawks. They've got a motion play, so we'll bring it back 5 yards, and third down will be replayed. Nice break for the Poway Packers as the run by Dita was close enough for possibly to make that first down. But the first penalty of the game drawn against Murrieta Firehawks, and they will now have it third down and about 6. Petro looking for the ball, and the defense is there by Poway. Making a nice play was Brown. Brown did the job in keeping the runner to the inside contained, so important. Brown was there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 to go. On that outside, you've got Brown and Tibbetts. On the far outside, Jesse Schramm.
Come on, Jesse!
4th down and 5 for the Firehawks. Movement on the line. The question is who moved first. Reacting to the ball was John Weber. Weber, the offensive tackle, but there was actually movement by the Packers. And it'll be a false start against the Firehawks. So the Firehawks shooting themselves in the foot. They've got 2 penalties against them. And where they had 3rd down and 2, they now have 4th down and at least 11, we'll call it. So good news for the Packers. Firehawks on 4th down and 11 are going to have to try and do something. We'll see what they decide to do. Are they going to run it up the middle, give it to Petro to the outside? Gotti brings him up. Staying with the full house backfield. Movement. Petro will get the call, moves it off tackle. He's still on his feet, and finally making the call and the tackle is going to be Jesse Schramm. Also Matt Wallman over there. So that will not be enough for the first down, and the Poway Packers will take over. The Poway cheerleaders doing a little whoopsie-doosey for us. Thank you, ladies. We'll see if we can get them to do a cheer for us at halftime. So for Poway, they'll have it 1st and 10 at about the 33-yard line. Similar offense and defense. Firehawks and Packers running very similar schemes. Handoff in the backfield, and nothing is going to happen there as tied up in the backfield was Tynan Murray. The defense was there for the Firehawks, and that is a big loss for the Poway Packers. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, just as the ball was being handed off to Tynan Murray, the defense was already in the backfield. That's never good news for your offense. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down now and close to 13. This time, the handoff once again to Murray. Murray has some running room. He weaves and waves this through for a nice run and a nice pickup. Picks up close to 8 or 9 yards on that play. And Murray does the job for the Poway Packers. 3rd down now and about 4.
20 seconds!
Smerick takes the snap. 3rd man through is Murray again. He runs into some trouble. On the tackle was going to be Brian Witt. Also helping out on the play, David Anderson. 4th down, 2.5 to go. And we have played the 40-yard line. And we've got a timeout for the Packers. We'll take one, too. First quarter of play, 7 seconds left. Poway Packers, nothing. Firehawks, nothing.
Poway.
4th down and 2 for the Poway Packers. A little bit of confusion on the lineup. Spacing is set. Smerrick is there. Handoff. Once again, it is Murray. Murray fighting for the first down. And a nice run and second effort just might give Murray the first down. First quarter is over, and we'll come back with the start of the second. Start of the second quarter, Smerrick now brings him up to the line just inside the 40-yard line. There is a fumble on the ball, a miscommunication on the play. Smerrick looking to hand off to somebody. Nobody there, and the Firehawks take over. Wheeler is now quarterback in the second quarter, Aaron Wheeler. And we have got a flag on the play. So Aaron Wheeler will come in and run the offense for the Murrieta Firehawks. False start by the Firehawks. That'll set him back 5 yards. We'll play first down again, 1st and 15. Well, actually, if you're going to have a penalty, you don't want to have one. But first down is at least going to give you 3 or 4 plays to try and get back those 5 yards. Nothing kills the spirit when you're down short for a first down try and you get a penalty, and instead of having 3rd and 1 or 2, you got 3rd and 7. Wheeler underneath center, I backfield, slot on the near sideline, Carr. And that is going to be no call, offsides. Now finally they do it. That was a very late call by the referees. Linesman on the near sideline. There was movement on our side, and it looked like Poway might have encroached into the neutral zone. Offsides it is, so Poway draws the offsides for the Firehawks. They'll get their 5 yards back, and we'll start all this over again. First down and 10. Well, we've been playing around this between the 40-yard lines all game. The first series during the first quarter entirely, we were between the 40 and 50-yard line. And now we're on between the 40 and 50-yard line again. Let's see if we can punch it through here and see some action across that amazingly strong 40-yard line. Wheeler now in the powerhouse backfield. Carr will take the handoff, looking for some running room. He is a big, big runner. Takes 2 or 3 Poway players to bring him down, and finally they do. On the play was Andy Abbott, as well as Andy Abbott. It looked like it was number 57, Brown. Jackson comes into the game for the Poway defense. 2nd down and 3 on the nice run by Carr. Wheeler will take the snap, giving it this time to a nice job. Taking the ball was Petro.
Brown.
And you hear it. Brown was in there. Drucker was in there as well, but they do pick up a first down. So for the Firehawks, they pick up the first down of this game, and they are now at the 30-yard line. Wheeler, hands off to Witt. Witt, again, has some running room, gets into the backfield of the Packers defense, and that'll be another first down. Making the tackle is going to be Smerrick out there. Also coming up on the play, Lewis Brown. That's good enough for a first down, and the Firehawks are moving. 1st and 10 now inside the Poway Packers 20-yard line. Carr and Whitt. Handoff to Carr, weaving his way through. First hit by Derek Drucker. Brought down by a host of players. Yorba was there. Skowinski also on the tackle. Pickup of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. And the running attack for Murrieta Firehawks is working very well for Coach Bill Carr right now.
Watch the ball and get in there!
Wheeler fumbles the ball, and he'll fall right on top of it. So loose hands is Wheeler. Now there's no gain, possibly even a loss of a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down. We'll still call it 4. 7:02 remaining in this first half. We're in the 2nd quarter. No score. Both these teams, as earlier mentioned, undefeated coming into this play. Both teams running very similar offenses and defenses. Drucker, the nose guard, is out there for Poway. On 2nd down, there is an opening. Getting through the line, trying to make the tackle was Tyler Lands. Finally coming up to make the stop was number 28, Nico Skowinski. A good pickup for 1st down, and now for the Firehawks. They are 3 yards away. 1st down and goal for the Firehawks. And right now, the front line has got to stiffen up. Lewis Brown, Junior Yorba, Eric Norman, Patrick Garcia, and on the ends you've got Jackson and Brown. 1st and goal for the Firehawks. They are set. The give to the near sideline, and moving in easily was Chris Mandis. Touchdown, Murrieta Firehawks. The Packers did a nice job of stuffing the inside. Mandis bounced it outside and then found some running room in an open lane, scooted into the end zone untouched, and so that's 6 points.
Hands up, defense, hands
Opportunity for 2 more for the Firehawks as they are going for an extra kick. It is going to be short, and that is good news for the Packers. So the Firehawks score first blood as they put a ball into the end zone on the 2-yard run by Chris Mandis. And that'll do it. Firehawks 6, Packers nothing. It's kickoff time. Packers will be receiving. Back deep for the Packers. You got Riccadulli and Schramm. At the midfield area, Tommy Smerick, Derek Drucker. Whistle blows, and so Packers will receive. On the kickoff, a nice one by Brooks Porter, taken by Smerick. Check that. Scott Jackson takes it, moves it up toward the midfield line. So for the Packers, they will have it 1st and 10 at midfield.
Let's go, Poway.
So Poway will have the ball 1st and 10. Now we've got Lands. He is now the quarterback. Tyler Lands, number 22. In the backfield, you got Drucker, Skowinski, and Riccadulli. Riccadulli bounces to the outside. A nice move. Riccadulli picking up some nice yards on his own. Tackle made by number 39, Jake Carr, as well as Daniel Muskies. Pickup of 4 yards on the play. That'll be a 2nd down and 6. Time remaining in this 2nd quarter, moving towards halftime. 5 minutes, 23 seconds and counting. Lands brings up the squad on the line. Fujigami, as well as Jackson. Handoff on the near side, Drucker, and a hard stick by the Firehawks. Drucker takes a very hard shot and drops the ball, and that fumble will be recovered by the Firehawks. So the hard tackle by the Firehawks shakes the ball loose from Derek Drucker. And there's another stop made by the Packers, a very short gain, immediately touched as Jake Carr gets the ball. Pickup of a couple, that'll be second down. Let's go back to the fumble. A hard hit by the Firehawks caused Derek Drucker to lose control of the ball. Nico Gotti, number 12, Firehawks, given credit for the recovery. And so for the Firehawks, they've got the ball second down and 7. Wheeler remains at QB for the Firehawks. Full house backfield on the near sideline. Right up the middle. Yorba is there to make the stop. Another pickup of a couple. Third down and 5 now. This is going to be a huge defensive stand right here, right now for the Packers. If they can stop the Firehawks, keep them at a 4th and long, they'll still have time to be able to take possession and try and move the ball down quickly. Moving inside the 3-minute mark right now. Time remaining in the first half of play. Jake Carr is a huge running back in that backfield. Quit and Carr, it's going to be a QB keeper. Wheeler will stay with it. Wheeler on his wheels. And Wheeler driven out of bounds. So the containment was actually there on the front line for the Packers. Wheeler just stepped inside and then moved back to the outside. First down, Carr will get the ball, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. He then carries it upfield for a few more. And after it's all said and done, about a 5-yard pickup for Carr. Well, that's the thing that you get when you get a big man carrying the ball. He's touched and dragged some people with him before he finally goes down. Timeout being called by the Firehawks. We'll take one also. With 2:26 left in the half, it's the Firehawks 6, the Packers nothing. Second down and 5 for Murrieta. Now in the defensive front line, Tomioni, Clancy, and Peterson. Hanging on to number 22, the running back, Brian Witt. Stop made by number 75. That's Tomioni. Tomioni doing the job in the front line. Ends being played by Jordan Tibbetts. On the near sideline, the end will be number 80. That's Jackson. Third down and 4. Brown is at linebacker. Keeper by Wheeler, trying to contain the outside. He's going to break containment, and he's moving downfield. Wheeler finally sent out of bounds inside the 20, close to the 10-yard line, and even moving down further to the goal line. So Wheeler being the big play man right now for the Firehawks as he breaks to the outside. Containment fails, and for the Firehawks, they find themselves first and goal at the 1-yard line. Containment, containment, containment. Toughest thing to do on any level of team. Wheeler gives it to Carr up the middle. Carr crosses the goal line, and Carr will get in for the Firehawks. Well, you got a big back by Carr, and he's right behind 2 lead blockers, and that's a tough call for any defense to try and stop. The offensive machine of the Firehawks has looked very, very strong this second half. They have driven down the field. And the ball is down for the kick. Let's see what they can do. Ball is down. It's just going to get underneath, not high enough. And for the Warhawks, with 1:24 left in the first half, or Firehawks, 1:24 left, it's visiting Warhawks, or Firehawks 12, and the Packers nothing.
Ricciardulli and Schramm back deep.
Schramm and Ricciardulli back deep for the Packers. Firehawks will kick off. Porter will put his foot on the ball. Porter gets a good kickoff. It's touched by the Packers. Ricciardulli will pick up the ball, and now he'll try and move it around. Ricciardulli met by 3 and 4 defensive players for the Firehawks with 1:15 remaining in this first half. They will have the ball, and they will take over 1st and 10.
Take them at guard.
Poway Packers getting some substitutions late in this first half. For the defense, Aaron Berrigan is at the tackle position, along with number 40, Michael McAvee. Also on the line, number 25, Tyler Robledo. Number 80 as an end, that's Matt Raniera. Lands at QB. The give to Ricciardulli. He slices his way for a pickup of 2 on the stop. McConaughey, number 72. And the clock is stopped with a timeout by the Packers. 56 seconds remaining in this first half.
Thank you.
So it's 2nd down and 9 for Poway. Wideouts, and I mean way wide out. Lands in the shotgun. He'll take it. Lands will be brought down by Witt from behind. Not much happening with that offensive play. Loss on the play as Lands is sacked officially by Brian Witt. And a timeout once again called by the Packers with 21 seconds left. 3rd down, Ricciardulli. And he loses his footing. Ricciardulli had some running room as he made a nice sharp cut. Knee touches the ground, and so we've got 4th down now. 10 seconds and counting. This will be the last play of this first half. Lands, hands off up the middle, and it's a nice run. Skowinski takes the ball, and that will end the first half of play. Murrieta Firehawks 12, Poway Packers nothing. Stay right with us. We'll be back to start the second half.
What you got?
while you can pull this out. Mr. Lands, I need to see you. Mr. Murray, I need to see you. Hey, you guys. Listen up. I'll make a deal with you. Show me your heart, come back, and win this game, and I'll still shave my beard off, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
What?
It kind of sounds like you want to shave your beard.
I want you guys to show me that you want me to shave it off.
You can do it, guys.
You have any? How many plays have you?
I think you can do it.
Yeah, get amped up. We're over there on those sidelines, and those guys are all talking to each other, really saying, let's do it, let's do it. Everyone over there is talking it up big time. If you guys talk it up, probably you guys get that energy and go.
Standing with me is head coach Chris Lands. Coach, what have you told your kids that your strategy will be for the second half?
Just go out there, have fun, play Packer football.
What is Packer football, Coach?
Having fun and just doing what comes natural.
Thank you. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
So we're about ready to get started on the second half for the Packers. They've got their work cut out for them. They've got to do two things. They've got to be able to stop the running machine of the Firehawks, and they've got to come back and score twice to put this game within reach. Stay right with us. Second half kickoff coming right up. Standing with me is number 88, Tynan Murray. Tynan, what happened to the arm out there?
Well, while I was running, I got hit in the arm really hard with the helmet, and it started aching from my elbow to my wrist, and it wouldn't stop.
And so it might be an injury that you plan on just taking it easy the second half?
Yeah.
Good man. That's Tynan Murray with the injury report for the Packers. We'll right back with the start of the second half. Stay with us. So Brooks will kick off for the Firehawks. Riccadulli is back there as well as Jesse Schramm. It is taking a hop. With the ball will be Drucker. And Drucker moves the ball up past the 40-yard line, close to the 45. First down now for the Packers. And so for the Packers at their own 45, they'll have it first down and 10. And they've got to try and put two scores on the board and hold the running attack of the Firehawks. Riccadulli takes the ball, can't hold on to the handle. He'll fall on it. That'll be a loss of 5 yards. And so for the Packers, second down now and 15. And with the hurry-up offense, they are on the ball already. Well, this is something new. With the ball right up the middle, Riccadulli, a small package and a big heart, makes a nice run. Riccadulli picks up a good 10 yards on that carry. Moving across midfield line. Third down now and about 6 yards to go. Lands at QB. Drucker up close. With the run now, up the middle, Skowinski. Skowinski drives up towards the first down marker. No huddle offense. Lands making the call. You hear from the sidelines. They want to put the Firehawks on their heels as they want to call a couple plays in the huddle. The ball's being hiked directly to the runner on the two last plays. This time Lands is back. Wide receivers, Lands with it. Lands takes the ball. He falls forward. Might be enough. He does get back to the line of scrimmage and no huddle offense. It'll be second down and 10 for the fast-moving Packers. Drucker takes it, looking for a hole, touched behind the line of scrimmage. Drucker struggles to try and get back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down, and we'll call it 10. This is a big play right now for the Packers. They need to have a big play to break it down. Defensive line includes Brooks, as well as Raniera, Dustin Moreno, And at the nose guard, number 56, David Anderson. 3rd and 10. Lands with the ball, hands off to Rickadooley. Rickadooley outside. He has to cut it inside. Rickadooley makes another nice run. Will pick up about 6.5, we'll call it 7 yards. And Rickadooley does a nice job on that run. 4th down now. 3rd was big. This is even bigger. Rickadooley, Drucker in the backfield, as well as Jesse Schramm. Skowinski. Handoff to Skowinski right up the middle. Short gain is not enough for the first down, and so the Firehawks will take over on offense. So Firehawks will have the ball. Wheeler will remain at QB. Tibbetts comes into the line. Handoff. And there's the nice job. Lands, contains the running back. Helping out on the tackle is Jesse Schramm. With the ball was number 28, Chris Mandis. Had to turn it inside as Lands shut the door on the containment. Pickup of about 4, 2nd down and 6. And that's exactly what the Packers need to do, contain that outside. Big plays by the Firehawks were runs to the outside. In some cases, they started inside, bounced it to the outside. Contain, contain, contain. Lands near side corner on the end. It's Jesse Schramm. Wheeler takes the snap, handoff to Carr. Carr's got some big running room. Carr on his horse. Carr down the far sideline, and Carr will move it down inside the 10-yard line. A saving tackle by number 45, Jordan Tibbetts. The Firehawks offensive line in control of the line of scrimmage as they are opening holes for the running backs. In that case, it was Carr on the carry, number 39. A keeper coming into the backfield, and a nice play. Number 10, Nick Rickadooley, charges through the line and drops the quarterback, Aaron Wheeler, for a nice loss. And that's a big pickup for the Packers, a punch of momentum. And what they need to do right now is have a good defensive stand, and that was a great way to start it off. 4:34 left in the third quarter. Firehawks by 12. 12-0. Full house backfield. Defense stacked inside. And up the middle it goes, and there's a huge hole into the end zone. Chris Mandis, number 28 for the Firehawks, runs right up the middle, breaking 2 to 3 tackles into the end zone, and the Firehawks, with 4:21 in the third quarter, puts the ball in the end zone for the 3rd time. Well, punching it inside or punching it outside, Firehawks able to be successful so far doing all of that. Brooks will try his 3rd extra point attempt. He was short the first time. The ball was low the second time. Will 3rd time be a charm? We'll see right here for Brooks Porter. And that will go off of his foot. It is no good. And so for the Firehawks, 4:21 into the third quarter. Firehawks 18, Packers nothing. Brooks Porter to kick off. He's got a pretty good foot on the kickoff. Another nice one. Rickadooley will take it. Rickadooley looking for some running room. Rickadooley still on his feet. Nice second effort by Nick Rickadooley. And for the Packers, they will take over 1st and 10 at the midfield line with 4:12 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at midfield for the Packers. Front line defensively for the Firehawks. David Anderson, as well as Dustin Moreno. Lands at QB. It's Skowinski as well as Drucker and Rickadooley in the backfield for the Packers. Sweep by Lands. Lands will try and turn the corner. He makes some yardage and then is drilled as he goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Number 16, Brady Dida, nails Lands as he goes out of bounds, but a nice pickup of 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Good job by the offensive line on the far sideline. That is Corey Lorenzen as well as Eric Norman. Leading the blocks was Skowinski and Drucker. This time it goes upside the middle, staying on his feet, and then being hit a second time. That is Rickadooley. Looked like he was going to go outside and saw an open lane right up the middle. So Rickadooley showing some good technique as he stops and changes direction. No gain or a little bit of 1 yard gain, so we'll call it 3rd down and 3.5. Big play right here now for the Packers. On the near side offensive line, you got Clancy as well as Woolman. Up the middle we go. Pickup of 1.5, so it'll be 4th down now and 1.5. 4th and 1.5 as Tyler Lands has the keeper right up the middle. And when you get that much yardage on a keeper, it means the offense is doing the job. Good job by Lewis Brown as well as Brent Fuchigami. Lands, hands off. Rickadooley fumbles. It's picked up by Drucker, and then it goes back. So a little bit of a mix-up on who was going to get the play. It looked like it was going to be a dive. The attempted run for the 1st down is no good. Firehawks will take over. On the 4th down play by the Packers, the running backs just ran a little bit too close to Lands as he bumped into them. Handoff to Dida. And a pile of Packers stops Dida. Number 66, Patrick Garcia, helped out by Brent Fuchigami, number 55. That is a very short gain for the Firehawks. They'll have 2nd down and 8. 2:24 left in the 3rd quarter. Firehawks 18, Packers nothing. At QB, Nico Gotti. Gotti started the game. Wheeler came in, and now it's Gotti back. Handoff to number 80, Raniera. Raniera makes it up to the line of scrimmage, and then the defense is there. Once again, in on the play, number 66, Patrick Garcia. Tommy Smerick is over there also to help out. Good defensive stance right now by the Packers. 3rd down, remaining 8. And let's see what the Packers can do. Firehawks known to bring it to the outside on the long plays. Containment needs to be there by the Packers. Lands the cornerback on the near sideline. Handoff on the end around. Rickadooley is there, Lands is there, and the whole host of Packers. So the job was done by the Packers in the form of Rickadooley and Lands. Coming out to help out also is Garcia. Garcia been all over the place this series. Replacement coming in. Garcia takes a breather. Cody Lorenzen comes in, number 44. Defensive line for the Packers, number 29. Drucker. You also have number 44, Lorenzen. Number 91, Eric Norman. On the end, it's Rickadooley. Cornerback again, Lands. Linebacker, number 57, that's Lewis Brown. On the far sideline, 18, cornerback Smerick. Running back on the outside. And a nice play, shutting it down. A sweep coming across on the reverse and the counter, but the defense was not fooled. And so back on the attack is going to be the Packers. Number 80, Matt Raniera, was the running back trying to reverse the ball. Not fooled was the Packers. They stayed home. Shift, single backfield for the Packers. Lands will hand off to Drucker. Drucker trying to turn the corner. Drucker has some running room and is successful. Nice run by Derek Drucker. He'll pick up at least 6. And that'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Packers. Well, a little bit of different look on the offensive strategy. Picks up 6 yards on the nice run by Derek Drucker. 2nd and 4. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. As we go into the 4th, it is Murrieta Firehawks 18, Poway Packers nothing. Second down and 4 for the Packers. Fake the reverse. Derek Drucker looked to hand off to Riccadulli. That exchange was not made, and that left Derek Drucker holding the ball and also allowed Derek Drucker to fumble the ball. And so for the Firehawks, they'll take control on the big defensive play. 1st and 10 now for the Firehawks. Firehawks has the advantage in takeaways during this game.
Let's go, Poway D!
Turnovers has been part of the story against the Packers. Huge tackle by number 29, Derek Drucker, in the style of Junior Seau. He comes charging from the inside out lane and makes a great tackle as the Firehawks were trying to make the turn on the far sideline. Derek Drucker would have no part of it and put the Firehawks backwards. A loss of 2 by the tackle by Derek Drucker. Well, that's an all-star effort right there.
Let's go, Poway!
Firehawks and Wheeler. 2nd and 12. Motion. It'll be a pass across the middle. It is complete. Number 80, Matt Raniera. And there is a flag on the play. Wheeler had to wait until Raniera got through the defensive backs, or the linebackers cleared, and was able to put the ball in his hands. There is a flag on the ground. Yep. An ineligible man downfield. That will negate the pass reception. The ball will come back, a penalty tagged on. It'll remain 2nd down. And from the line of scrimmage, they are going to mark off 5 yards. So what was a nice pickup on a pass to Raniera is negated by the penalty. It'll be 2nd down now and 16 for the 1st down.
Let's go, Poway! Take it back! Get in there, Poway!
A long way to go for the 1st down. Wheeler gets up under center. He'll take the snap. Fake. Wheeler back to pass. He pops it off. It is complete. In on the tackle will be number 29, Derek Drucker. The pass is complete to David Petro. Pickup of about, looks like about 11, so we've got a 3rd down and 8.5. We'll call it around about 8. You are watching Mighty Mite Pop Warner Football, being brought to you by George Langevin Sports Video Productions. George Langevin, the leader in sports coverage, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, hockey, gymnastics, you name it, we cover it. Waiting for an open lane. The door is shut. On the carry was Carr. Yorba is there on the tackle, as well as Garcia. Coming up off the ground as well is number 28, Nico Skowinski. Big 4th down play. Good defensive stand right now on the near sideline, or on the near side. You got Fujigami is in there. Drucker on the near side. Tibbetts. 4th down for the Firehawks. Around the end, Riccadulli. And that'll do it for the Firehawks. They fail on 4th down. The Packers will take over. 1st down and 10 for the Packers. Lining up, Lance got his offensive line. Lance on the keeper, looking for some running room. Doesn't have anything. He will barely get back to the line of scrimmage. On that final defensive play for the Packers, Nick Riccadulli worked that play textbook style. The ball was moving away from him. He stayed home, guarding for what actually happened, the counter or the reverse the opposite way. He was there, and he put the man down. Nice containment and tackle again. Open field by Riccadulli. 2nd down and 10 for the Packers. Hands off to Riccadulli. Riccadulli with some speed shakes off one tackler, and then coming up to make the play, Brian Witt. Nice run by Riccadulli. He has got some quick feet on him out there. You know, when you have a running back that's got the moves like that, they can last in the league for a long, long time because they really never take a direct hit. They talk about that all the time. They're slicing and dicing, and no one ever really gets a good shot at them. Once in a while it'll happen, but for the most part, you've got a long career opportunity, unlike a big bruising back. Handoff again, this time Riccadulli slicing his way up and pushing. Nice job by the offensive line to help push Riccadulli forward. Nico Skowinski was there also helping out. Nice run, that's up close. Timeout for an official measurement. 5:43 left in this game. 4th and less than a yard to go for the 1st down. A big play lands. Last time for short yardage he was successful on the keeper. Let's see what he does right here. He keeps it himself. Lance is hit immediately, but the mosh pit moves across the line of scrimmage, and that will be a 1st down. 5:34 left in this game. 1st down for the Packers. And that was a great second effort by a couple people. Lands was hit immediately. He then felt the pressure and gave way to his right. And then with himself and a couple of the other Packers pushed from behind, able to do the job to get it across the line of scrimmage. Fumble! The ball is picked up, and he is on his way. Number 39, Jake Carr. Still on his feet. Carr will go into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play. There's a flag way back here at about the 50-yard line, and we'll see what that is. And it is going to come back. It looked like it was a block from behind, a clipping penalty, and that's going to negate the run, and it's going to bring it all the way back to the 50-yard line. Turnovers, turnovers. A clip by the Firehawks negates a touchdown, and they will bring it all the way back. Firehawks will have the ball with 5:04 left, but they will have it way back across the 50-yard line, down inside their probably 35. So, Firehawks will take control at about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, 5:04 left. Gotti as QB. Handoff up the middle. Flags are flown in. Daniel Muskies covers the ball, trying to go off tackle. 2-3 flags. And there's going to be a holding call against the Firehawks. Fujigami leads the charge for the defense. They will take the penalty and move them back 10 yards. So it'll be first down and 20 for the Firehawks at the 25-yard line. Firehawks will have the ball.
Take it back, let's go! Grip the ball, defense! Go, Poway!
In motion is Rainiera. Handoff right up the middle. Brady Dida picks up a couple, and then he is stopped. Ball is loose in the possession of Derek Drucker, but the ball was whistled dead. Ball remains in possession of the Firehawks, and we've got a Poway player down on the field. We're going to take an injury timeout with 4:14 left in the game. Firehawks 18, Packers nothing. Patrick Garcia comes off the field. He is the injured player, comes off on his own. Patrick Garcia, number 66, a great game he's played today. Abbott, number 64, comes into the game to replace Garcia. And now we've got second down at about 17. Rainiera in motion again, handoff up the middle, winding his way, number 30, Daniel Muskies, runs into the defense. A host of players, number 38, or 28 that is, Skowinski. Number 44, Lorenzen, is there as well. Right now, the defensive line, you've got Fujigami. You also have Brian Holgren is in there. A keeper by Gotti, trying to turn the corner. Gotti taken down from behind. Number 57, Lewis Brown, comes up big time, making the tackle. And Lewis might have run over somebody's cleat on his lower back because he is injured. And we're going to take another timeout as Lewis Brown is on the ground. Fourth down now for Firehawks. 28 is back to punt. Mandis, a nice kick. Boy, that was a beauty. Packers will take over first and 10 at about the 50-yard line.
Pull one of your guards! But you gotta...
And so the ball will come in. They mark it at the 42-yard line, first and 10 with 2:57 remaining. Pitch out to Riccadulli with some nice moves, and then he is buried by the Firehawks defense. On the stop was Brady Dida, and then about 10 other guys helps out with the Firehawks. A pickup of a couple. It'll be second down and 8 for the Packers. Well, it's been the story of turnovers and outside containment for the most part. Simply the Firehawks have been able to control the line of scrimmage successfully as they've been able to pound the ball out running. Smerick takes the ball on the keeper, the kick out, and taken down. Smerick drives it inside, the containment is there. Pick up, no gain. It'll be third down, remaining 3rd and 8. 156 and counting. Defense also for the Firehawks has been very strong. They've done the job today. Third down, 8. Smerick. Keeper. And coming in, nice job by number 53, Josue Guzman. Guzman charges through the gap untouched and is able to send Smerick back for a loss. It'll be 4th down and now 12. Timeout will be called by Poway, and we'll take one also. Packers and Firehawks going at it right here in Poway. Firehawks 18, Packers nothing. Shift now, strong side left for the Packers. 4th down. Smerick looking for a pass. He throws it, and that is incomplete. As he was throwing the ball, Smerick pounded by number 53, Josue Guzman, number 22, Brian Witt. Change of possession taken over with 1:03 left. Firehawks will take over. Well, Smerick was looking for Drucker. The play did not develop. He had to get rid of it. And so for the Firehawks, they take over. Handoff goes to Mandis. And that'll be a flag called. Holding against the Firehawks. And the ball will come back 10 yards. On the tackle, number 62, Alex Jabin.
Jabin, sorry.
92 coming out of the game. That's Kevin Church. Into the game will be number 64, Andy Abbott. So 10 yards is marked off. First down will be played again for the Firehawks. 1:01 left in this game and counting. Ball at the 37-yard line. Wheeler under the center. He'll take the snap for the Firehawks. Quick pitch, and it will be a pass. Carr throws one downfield, and defensively, Tommy Smerick was in the passing lane. So Smerick went back for the coverage, and the ball came through. Smerick was in right where he was supposed to be, and we'll have a second down. 47 seconds now, and counting, under 1 minute. Wheeler on third down. Keeps it himself, runs right up the middle, picks up about 5 yards.
35 Woolman on the tackle.
And the clock just now starts to run. So they get a free play without the time running. Now the clock starts running.
Brings up third down.
Third down. Third and 14, and for the Firehawks, they just need to keep the ball going. After this play, they'll be able to simply run out the clock. Wheeler should keep the ball and simply go down on a knee or run it on a keeper. And he's going to hand off. Oh, my. On the ground, it's Carr. Breaks free to the outside. And finally, bringing Carr down was going to be number 29, Derek Drucker. Helping out as well, number 57, Lewis Brown. And on that run, we end the game. Final score here in Poway. Murrieta Firehawks 18, Poway Packers nothing. On behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. A beautiful day for football it has been. The winner and the nod of the hat today goes to the Firehawks. They remain undefeated in the season. For the Poway Packers, they dropped to a record of 4-1. But for the Packers, that is only their first loss of the season, and they are still looking mighty fine. Again, Firehawks 18, Packers nothing, and we'll be right back with some post-game interviews. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Williams. Welcome back to our post-game interview show. We've got the Poway Packers with us. We've got 3 of the athletes right here, right now. We'd like to get to know them. And you are who?
Nick Rishaduli. I'm number 10, and I play running back and defensive end.
Hi, my name's Tommy Smerick. I play quarterback and corner.
My name's Tyler Lands. I play quarterback, cornerback, and a lot of other positions.
All right, let's start with you, Nick. Nick, how long have you been playing football for?
4 years.
4 years. Hey, do you ever get mad out there on the field?
Yeah.
What gets you mad and going?
When we lose.
Well, of course, no one likes to lose, but what else? I mean, do you have a mean face you could show the camera for me? Do you ever growl out there? Ah, now that is actually excellent. Now, you play what positions out there?
Running back and defensive end.
What position is tougher to play, running back or defensive end?
Running back.
Now tell me about what are the responsibilities of a running back. Most people know that you take the ball, but and you're supposed to run. But what do you look for when you have the ball?
Blockers.
Now, what do? You see the blockers, and what are you supposed to do? How do you know where you're supposed to run?
Because there's a goalpost.
I know, but tell me about blocking, and how do you know where you're supposed to run? How's that question?
I don't know.
You just take the ball and you run. Is that it?
Yeah.
Do you run with your eyes open at least?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's pretty good. What's the longest run you've ever made in your life?
80-yard touchdown.
Cool, cool. That is great. Was that this season or past seasons?
No, it was in flags.
Okay, when you were in flag. Great. And you got some great speed as well. In the middle, we've got Tommy Smerk. You play cornerback and QB. What's the black stuff on your face about?
This is make you look mean.
I think it does make you look mean. Hey, was your girlfriend here today watching you play football?
Don't have one.
What's that?
Don't have one.
Oh, that's probably a pretty good one, Doctor. You have a girlfriend?
I got 8th grade.
You have an 8th grade girlfriend? What's her name?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. But you're talking about cornerback and quarterback, so basically the opposite of what you would play on each side. When you're the cornerback, or the quarterback that is, how do you know what plays you're supposed to call?
The coach tells me.
Give me what your favorite play is. What is the favorite play that Mr. Smerek likes to call out there?
Is it 18?
Now, what is an 18?
It's where I sweep around the outside.
Okay. Now, when you're up underneath the center, how do you bark out the signals? What do you say?
I say, ready?
Okay, now I want you to do it in real life, like there's a relay. Do it as loud as you would out on the football. Okay, you be the center. Mr. Lance is going to be the center. Can you get that, George? Okay, as loud as you can. Ready?
Ready, set, go!
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, how hard is it to say that with a mouthpiece in your mouth? Let me see. Put your mouthpiece in. You don't have to put your helmet on. Just put your mouthpiece in. Okay? All right, now say it.
Ready, set.
I'll try to take it out and then put it in when...
Okay, right before you're ready? Okay, you're a good job out there. Tyler Lands, you play different positions. What is the one that you like to play the best?
Quarterback.
Okay. Now, you have possibly a different style of Mr. Smerek. What would your style be compared to Mr. Smerek?
Like when there's like holes and the one that's like right on the other side of the center, I don't do the reverse. I just turn it and hand it off.
Okay. That's good. Hey, have you ever touched your black and then got it in your eye or all over your face?
Yeah.
Does that stuff ever come out, like if you get it on your clothes?
Yeah.
Now, who washes your uniforms?
My mom.
Now, have you ever washed your uniforms before?
No.
Let's say your mom was busy and she had to go somewhere, and she said, Tyler, you got to do your own laundry. You put your clothes in there. How many cups of detergent do you think you need to put in there to get a good clean laundry?
About 4.
4 cups. Okay, that'd probably be pretty clean after that. Hey, I'll tell you what I want you to do. On the count of 3, into the camera, yell as loud as you can, Packers #1. Can you do that for me? Can you be loud? Can you really be loud?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Packers #1.
We'll practice on that, guys. Thanks a lot. Continuing our parade of superstars on the Poway Packers team, we've got 3 more players, and you are who?
Nico Skowinski, number 28. I play running back, linebacker, and corner.
Okay.
I'm Derek Jucker, number 29. I play 3-back, fullback, nose guard, and all special teams.
My name is Jesse Schwim, and I'm number 32, and I play a lot of positions, but my favorite one is running back and the returner on kickoff and punt.
Cool. Well, let's start with you, Nico. Do you play any other sports besides football?
Yeah, baseball and basketball.
Okay. Do you play those competitive, like on a team?
Yeah.
Okay. What position is harder to play, a football, baseball, or basketball position?
Football.
Tell me why. Why is football tougher?
I don't know.
What about, well, you don't have to hit people probably in basketball or baseball. What's it like to hit? What's it like to hit somebody? What's it feel like? Tell me what it feels like.
Good.
It feels good. Well, what do you mean feels good? Have you ever hit someone and your head starts ringing?
Yeah.
What's the worst injury that you've ever had in football?
Sprained my ankle.
Well, that's not too bad then. That's not too bad. Would you rather be hit or would you rather hit somebody?
Rather hit somebody.
Yeah, that's probably an easy question. Is your coach a tough coach in practices?
Kind of.
What is one thing that you would rather not do that they make you do in practices?
Run.
Run. Why do you think a coach makes you run so much?
To get you in shape.
Excellent answer. Very good. You are a smart player. In the middle, we have Derek Drucker. Now, first of all, let's get one thing out of the way. You took a pretty good shot out there. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Now, probably what happens, too, is when you get a shot like that, you go out and try and hit someone just as hard. Is that how it works? Now, let's say that Pepsi came to you, Mr. Drucker, and they said, Derek, we want to pay you a lot of money if you'll drink Pepsi on a commercial for us, because we know you're a star player, and star players we like to put on camera. How much money would you charge Pepsi for a commercial?
$5 billion.
Is that million or billion?
Billion.
What would you do? What would be the first thing that you would buy for yourself if they gave you a check for $5 billion?
Viper.
How fast do you think you could drive a Viper?
240.
That's a lot of miles per hour. Now, this is the helmet that you wear. How hard is it to put your helmet on and off?
Easy.
It's easy? Well, then let me show. I want to show you, or show me, how hard it is. I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to see how many seconds it takes to take it, put it on and put your chin strap on at the same time. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. One more snap. All right, that was 7 seconds. Now, let's see how long it takes you to take it off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ready? And go. 2 seconds. Now, your ears never get hooked up into the ear pads?
When I'm not sweaty.
You're right. You're right. Everybody, my son's ears, we used to have to put Vaseline on his ears to get it over there. So, but that was great. Hey, let's talk to you, Jesse, right? Jesse, we talked about the helmet. What's the hardest part of equipment for you to put on?
Maybe my pants when I put on the belt.
Okay, take your pants off. Let's see how long. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you got tape on here. What's that for?
It's to hold my pants up so when I run it doesn't fall off.
So if you didn't have that tape on, your pants would fall down.
Because it's loose sometimes.
Has your pants ever fallen down while you were running?
Sometimes.
They fell down and you have to pull them back up?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, how did you get the number 32?
Maybe because maybe he did that because I'm shifty and he calls me that and I'm the running.
Now, he calls you shifty?
Yeah.
What does shifty mean to you?
Like, it means like I'm a juker.
Can you show me what a juke is? Stand right over there and just put a juke move on the camera. Okay, ready? Juke. Wow. Have a seat. That is pretty good juke stuff. We talked about guys that can juke don't really get hit very often because they're only partially hit. They're moving all around. You've been playing football for how long?
I think 3 years.
3 years. So you're a veteran at this, right? Now, when you're not playing football, what else do you like to do?
Basketball, baseball, and hockey.
Is it roller hockey?
Roller hockey.
Roller hockey. That's great. And you guys are just talented athletes. I want to thank you for spending time with me. And good luck to you as you guys move on. I know you're an awesome team and awesome athletes. Good luck. Continuing our parade of superstar athletes, we have 3 more here, and you are who?
I'm Nicholas Addy,
And what position do you play?
running back,
And what position, or what number do you wear? Don't look.
33.
Hey, you're right. And you are who?
Matt Woolman,
And Matt, what number do you wear and what positions do you play?
35, and I'm inside linebacker.
Cool. And you are who?
Cameron Keesang.
And what positions you play and what number are you?
I'm number 39, and I play guard.
Guard. Okay, let's start with you then over here. Mr. Addy, you know, when you're not playing football, what do you like to do when you're just hanging out with your buds?
Stuff.
Okay, stuff. Do you play video games at all?
Most of, like, at least a half an hour a day.
And what's your favorite video game?
Cruising World.
Now tell me how you play that, because I never played that. What's the object of that game?
Okay, it's a car racing game, and you just have to try and get in first.
Well, how do you get in first? Because sometimes those games are pretty tough. What's the strategy that you use to come in as close to the top as possible?
Well, most of the time I cheat.
How do you cheat?
I have a Game Shark.
So, okay. So does that help you with codes or something to figure out what you're supposed to do? Yeah. If you had a Game Shark for out here, what do you think you would use it for when playing football?
To score lots of touchdowns.
You're probably right out there. Now, if you're not playing video games, how about movies? Do you ever go see a movie?
Yeah.
What's the last movie that you saw? Can you remember?
Yeah.
What was that?
Sixth Sense.
You went and saw Sixth Sense? Wasn't that like scary?
No.
Come on. Everybody said it was scary.
I went to see it with Derek Drucker.
And it wasn't scary?
No.
How did you sneak in to see the movie? That's what I want to know.
We bought the tickets.
And you just walked right in?
Yeah.
I thought Sixth Sense was like rated R or something like that.
It's PG-13.
Oh, okay. PG. And you passed for a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
How old are you?
10.
Okay.
I just turned 10 September 21st.
So you just turned 10. You're a birthday boy. What'd you get for your birthday?
Lots of stuff.
Well, what's one of the good things that can pop to your mind that you liked?
The thing that Tommy got me, it was like a football, and it had like, not like pads, but kind of like the markings for the yards and stuff.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, happy birthday, birthday boy. In the middle, we've got Matt Woolman. Now, your hair looks pretty cool there, Matt. Hey, Matt, what type of shampoo do you use to wash that hair?
I don't know. My mom just gives me shampoo.
And you just kind of wash it, huh? Hey, let me ask you this, Matt. Have you ever got into your car on the way home from the game and your parents say, Matt, you stink?
No, that's not.
But probably you do. You got to get soaking wet in those suits, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like that you basically will sweat up a storm like most athletes do out there. Do you go right home and take a shower?
No.
You hang out for a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I just disagree with my mom.
Now, if you're not going to play football for the rest of this weekend and we're talking about hanging out and doing things, how about you? What do you like to do?
Go to Nickel City and beat this game like 10 times a day.
Okay, now, they call it Nickel City, but how much money do you really spend at Nickel City?
Well, my mom gives me $5, and that's how much I use.
And you use it up. How long does it take you to use up $5?
1 hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Well, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. That lasts quite a long time. Well, that's exciting. And you've been playing football for how long?
This is my first year.
Now, what do you think about it? This is your first year. What do you think about playing football?
It's fun.
What's the most fun thing about playing football?
Having a hard hit.
Very good. Now, what's the thing that you hate the most about football that you really don't like?
Getting hurt.
Yeah, I know. That's no fun. Hitting people is much better than getting hurt. I agree with you on that. Are you going to play next year, do you think?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Football can be a very fun sport and rewarding. And we have Mr. Keesing on the end, right? Mr. Keesing, tell me what this is all about right underneath your jersey.
Neck pad to help your neck, because I kept getting bruises under here, and it helps my neck.
Now, can you turn your head? Put your helmet on. I want to see how that fits in there. I see. So that comes over there. Now, when you look through your helmet, do you look underneath here, do you look under here, or do you look through there?
Right here.
That's where you're supposed to be. Okay. Let's see you take your helmet off. Okay, now I want you to stand up, and I want to see how long it takes you to take your shoulder pads off, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, go! Hey, wow. That was like 4 seconds. Have a seat. Now tell me, keep your shirt off, because I want to see what this is rude dog stuff here. Sit down, because this kind of looks like you right there. Let me see you have a mean face like that too. Let me show the camera your mean face when you're mad. Okay, yeah, see, that looks just like that. Is this a picture of a dog that you have at your house?
No.
Does anybody call you Rude Dog for short?
No.
Do you have a nickname?
No.
Okay, but that looks pretty awesome on there. Would you say that you act like a rude dog sometimes? Do you have brother?
Plays football, soccer.
You play football, soccer? How do you play football, soccer?
Well, it's just like soccer, only you carry the soccer ball and you run with it.
Now, do they tackle you as well?
No, it's just 2-touch.
Okay. Do you ever play just straight football at school? Flag football?
Yeah.
Is that unfair that you play flag football? Because there's some kids that don't play football. Do you have an unfair advantage playing?
Yeah, if we get too rough with it, we'll have to stop.
Okay, well, hopefully that you won't get too rough about it. Now I want to see you put it on. The easy part was taking it off. Ready? Go. Man, 3 seconds. Mr. Keesing, you're pretty good at that. Have a seat. Now, what happens is that when you look at the camera, what happens, have you ever watched a football game and they've got a camera on the sideline and here's a player that he's not in the game, he's just sitting or standing, and what does he normally do sometimes when he notices that the camera's on him?
Well, I watch lots of football games.
That's right, he makes a face. What else?
And he, like, walks right up to the camera.
Right, okay, and you see anything else like that?
He'll start talking right in front of it.
Right, that's what I want you to do. Each turn, I'm going to have you guys walk up, stand right there, right where my pencil is, and I want you to look and mug the camera and make faces and say, we're number 1, okay? You start. Ready? Go. To the camera.
We're number 1.
Okay, your turn. Get up there. Get wild and crazy.
We're number 1.
Okay, you can say something else besides number 1. You know what to do, right? You're going to mug the camera and go wild and crazy. Go ahead, get up there. Go ahead.
We're always number 1. We'll never lose. That was only one game that we lost. It doesn't matter if we lost.
You're right, absolutely it doesn't. Thank you, guys. Surprise, surprise, we have got some of the Poway Packers super cheerleaders that we want you to get to know of it. You are who?
Christina Shadley.
How long have you been playing, or how long have you been cheerleading?
For my first year.
Okay, and you are?
Leanne Roberts. I've been cheering for 2 years. Janelle Tibbetts, and I've been cheering for 3 years. My name is Caitlin Church, and I've been cheering for 2 years.
Okay, let's start with you, Christina. Now, your last name, I think you have a brother that plays on this team.
It's Nick Rashadilli.
Have you ever tried to teach Nick a cheer before?
No.
Do you think he would make a very good cheerleader? He's got some pretty good moves out here, I see.
Yeah.
What would be the one move that you think he could do really well as a cheerleader?
X jump.
X jump. Can you show me? Get out here and show me what an X jump is, right in front of the camera. Right. Let's move right out over there. Right out over there. Keep going back, Christina. Okay, now face the camera and do an X jump when you're ready, okay? All right. Have a seat. Now, what is it? Now, I would ask Nick this, but he's not here, so I'm going to ask you. If you had pads and a helmet on, what position do you think you could play really well?
I don't know.
What would you want to try? Any of them?
No.
You don't what?
I don't want to get hurt.
You know what? That's true. Now, cheerleaders can sometimes get hurt, too, because they do some pretty dangerous things. Have you ever been hurt yet this year?
No.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So, now cheerleaders are supposed to have really loud voices. Do you have a loud voice?
Yeah.
Okay, on the count of 3, I want you to say, "Go Packers," as loud as you can, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Go Packers!
Wow, you're right. You do have a big voice. Now, most importantly, who makes the scrunchies for your hair?
I don't know. Coach Cindy?
Coach Cindy makes them. Okay, very good. Now, in the middle, we have got Leanne, right? Leanne, would you mind putting on your movie star glasses for me, please, as we do this interview? Oh, yes, Leanne. Oh, I could tell that you are just a superstar. Hey, now, who is your cheer coach?
Coach Angela.
Now, is Aunt Cindy?
Yeah.
Who is the tougher one, Angela or Cindy?
Cindy.
Okay, why is Cindy tougher? Now, don't look over at Cindy.
I don't know.
Just come on. Now, I want you to pretend like you're Coach Cindy, and I want you to talk to the other girls the way Cindy does sometimes, like when you guys are goofing around and she has to say, "Come on, girls." Does she ever say that to you? What does she normally say?
You guys pay attention.
Okay, now I want you to pretend like, be loud like Cindy would, and just say, "Come on, girls, pay attention," okay?
Come on, girls, pay attention.
Okay. Now, you've been a cheerleader for how long?
2 years.
Now, if you're not cheerleading, do you do anything else?
Yeah, I go swimming.
Good.
Play at my friend's house.
That's good. Now, I notice that you might have pierced ears, too. Is that true?
Yeah.
What type of stud earrings do you like to wear?
Flowers.
Flowers? Okay. Now, do you have to take them out for popcorn, or is that why you have them out right now? Might hurt somebody. Okay, what type of cheers do you guys like to do together?
Power fans.
What is that?
Or road call.
Roll call.
Okay.
Roll call.
I'll tell you what, we'll do a roll call at the very end. How's that, okay? Okay, you can take your shades off if you want. Do you put sunscreen on every time you come out here?
No.
It's kind of hot today, isn't it?
I did. No,
You guys are
came
kind of
out.
sweaty.
Oh.
We have, and the third person is Janelle, or is it Janelle?
Janelle.
Janelle. Now, Janelle, you probably win the award for the most freckles on the team, right? Do freckles make you be a better cheerleader, do you think? I'm just kidding you. Now, you've been a cheerleader for how long?
3 years.
3 years? You're a seasoned veteran. Do you guys go to a competition yet at all?
Sometimes.
So you're
2 weeks.
you're training right now for a competition?
Yeah.
So how long is your routine for?
Like 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes? Okay.
Could you tell him stop touching our pom-poms?
Guys, you got to stop touching the pom-poms.
Jordan! Leave him alone.
Go grab your pom-poms for a minute. Okay, all of you could go grab your pom-poms for a minute. There you go, come back. Okay, get in the same positions. Are we in the same positions? Wait, we're missing somebody. Oh, there you are. Okay, Janelle. I want you to shake them all. Shake them at the camera because they're so cool. Now, I want you to tell me, Janelle, because these don't come scrunched up like this, I know. Show me the technique, Janelle, how you crunch scrunchy pom-poms. Ah, yes.
I like this.
And you do that. How long do you think it takes you to do that?
Like an hour.
But they look awfully cool. Do you get to keep those?
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Caitlin, you can take a knee, I guess. That's actually, you could actually raise your hand. Okay, I want you to introduce yourself on your knee with your pom-poms and say something about who you are.
Hi, my name's Caitlin Church.
That's good. That's what I wanted you to do. I said what your name was Caitlin. Now, if you're not playing, if you're not cheerleading, and by the way, my daughter cheerleaded all through high school. She was at Mount Carmel, and she was a cheerleader there. And I know that they take competitions really seriously as you get older. And so as an athlete, which I know that you are, you're supposed to get good night's sleeps. What is your curfew that you're normally supposed to go to bed? Your parents say, Caitlin, you're supposed to be to bed by what time?
9 o'clock.
Good. Now, what time do you really go to bed?
8:30.
No way. Seriously? What's the latest that you've ever stayed up in your life?
1 o'clock.
In the morning? What were you doing till 1 o'clock in the morning?
Driving around in my...
In a car? You were driving a car? Do you have a... Let me see your license.
My dad was driving the car.
What were you doing driving around at 1 o'clock in the morning? Looking for a Dairy Queen?
No, actually it was 3 o'clock because me and my dad were going to Las Vegas.
Now, you like to gamble then, is that what it is?
No, my grandparents live there.
Okay. Now, do you ever go downtown to Las Vegas and see all the pretty lights?
Yeah.
That's pretty, isn't it? It's pretty awesome out there.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever got any rides there?
Yeah, there were a lot of rides. But I got to go on some casinos, but I didn't get to go on any rides.
Okay, that's okay. Next time you go, you can go on rides. Have you been on rides up there?
Yeah.
Which ride have you been on?
The roller coaster, and I forgot what it's called. It's called the Dragon or something.
Cool. That's great. Well, thank you much, girls. You are going to do a cheer force right now, so you need to move over to your right, and you got to stay close together because cameraman George. What's that? Whatever you want to do. Nope. Okay, let's get over here and face the camera, and you're all close together. Get a little closer. Is that okay, George, right there? Okay. Face the camera, though, because cameraman George is who you want. Okay, here we go. When you guys are ready, you go ahead and call it.
Standing at attention, roll call. Ready? Okay. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Hi, my name's Mel. Yeah. They call me Jenny. Yeah. So check me out. So check her out. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Hi, my name is Caitlin. Yeah. They call me Katie. Yeah. So check me out. So check her out. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Hi, my name is Christina. Yeah. They call me Chris. Yeah. So check me out. So check her out. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Hi, my name is Leanne. Yeah. They call me Lee. Yeah. So check me out. So check her out. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Hi, we are from Poway. Yeah. They call us Packers. Yeah. So check us out. So check us out. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Roll call. Shaboom. Change, shaboom. Hi, Janelle. Hi, my name's Janelle. Hi, my name's Caitlin. Hi, my name's
Christina. Hi, my name's Leanne. Poway Packers, say hi.
All right, Poway Packer cheerleaders. Thank you very much, ladies. Good job. We are back live with you with our post-game interview show. I'm Dan Williams, and we've got 3 more of these super athletes of the talented Poway Packers team. And you are who?
James Hughes, and I'm number 67, and I play guard for defensive line.
I'm Sotak, and I'm number 73, and I play tackle.
My name is Danny, and my number 75, and I play guard for offense.
Well, let's start with you then, Mr. Hughes. What does your girlfriend think about you playing football?
Well, I don't think she likes it that much because, well, just like stay out of my business, please.
Okay, so...
And he's my best friend. We call him Dan the Man, the Buffalo Man, so...
Okay, well, we'll get into Dan the Man. Do you have a nickname at all?
No.
Well, if you had a nickname, what do you think you would want yourself to be called?
Spike.
Spike. James Spike Hughes. Is that what it be?
Yeah, but my middle name is Dalton, so...
What is it?
Dalton.
Dalton. Does anybody call you Dalton?
No.
Okay. Now at school, what do the people call you? Do they call you James?
Yeah.
No one calls you Jim at all?
No.
So what if your teacher called you Jim? Would you correct your teacher?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm your teacher, and I'd say, Jim Hughes, are you here? And you'd say what?
My name isn't Jim. It's James, so...
Ooh, I see. Okay, my man. So now you were out on the field. What do you guys talk about at halftime usually?
Well, we were losing by 18, and my heart was just pounding by the time the game was over, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Do you listen to what your coach has to say at halftime?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you listen to your coach at practice?
Yeah.
What's the one thing your coach says all the time that you remember him saying?
Hustle.
Okay. So in your best coach's voice, I want you to say hustle to Dan the Man over there, okay?
Okay. Hustle!
Okay. Dan the Man. What about, is your coach tough on you at practices? Does he really work you hard?
Just sometimes.
What's the toughest thing he makes you guys do out there?
I'd say have to run.
Running. Now, why do you think he makes you run so much?
Well, we made a deal, and if how many penalties we get, that's how many times we have to run.
Well, I don't think you made any penalties this game, did you?
No, I'm not sure.
I don't think you did. I don't remember any, so... No, never did? Cool, so you won't have to run anything. I hope not. Good man. Now, let's see, in the middle, we've got Darren Sotak, right?
Yep.
Now, you were going to ask me a question. What was the question? You remember?
Is this for the news or real TV?
Actually, this will be for TV, and we are actually... it is for your real TV, yes. This is a video. We're actually making a video. We actually videotaped the entire game.
For the news?
No, we called it. We're making it especially for you so that you can actually take it back and put it into your video player and watch it over again, okay? It's actually pretty cool. And you can have your friends come over and you could like charge 25 cents a piece to come in and watch the football game. What do you think?
Can I say something? What's your name?
My name...
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Now, where does that come from?
Wrestling.
I like that. I like that. By the way, my name is Dan the Man, the announcer man.
Well,
it is. It's true.
That's a good one.
But it's true. My name actually is Dan. It is.
So,
just like Dan the Man
you
over
got
there.
my best friend's name.
Isn't that cool?
Stole it.
Okay,
Copycatter.
Mr. Sotak, I know. I'm a little older than you guys, so I think my name came first, okay?
No, I don't think so.
1973. When were you born? What year?
1991.
91.
1990.
Okay.
1999
Now, wait a minute.
grade.
We got to let Mr. Sotak talk, and then we got to let Mr. Dan the Man talk, okay? Then I'll come back to you and talk, okay? Okay, great.
Then come back to me.
Okay, and then come back to you then one more time. Now, a lot of times I heard coaches or parents saying, you got to tuck your shirt in.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you can just grab me and show your belly button.
Would you stand up and show us the technique for tucking your shirt in?
Kind of stuffy.
It's kind of, huh? I like that. Technique is good.
I can do it.
It takes too long. What piece of equipment takes the longest to put on?
I think it would... I have no idea.
You know what? Shoulder pads is not very long because it was like 3 seconds. We had someone give it a try. What about, how is it... Hold on, Mr. Dan the Man. How about making your mouthpiece? How do you go about doing that?
You just stick it in.
You do not. There's a whole technique for it.
No.
Don't you have to boil it in water and everything? And come on, tell me the real story.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, we're done. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so
Okay.
you boil it in hot water, and then what do you do?
Then you just put it in your mouth.
And then what?
Suck on it.
Ah, see, you suck on it really hard. You're right.
Yeah, and then for probably about 20 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Not 20 minutes.
He sucks on it for 20 minutes. That's okay.
I mean 5.
Do you have a flavored mouthpiece? They have flavored mouthpieces.
I do. I want to get one.
What's flavor's yours?
Wait, never mind, I don't.
Okay, never mind that you don't. Now, if you're not playing football, what do you do hang out with your guys? What do you like to do?
Play my Nintendo.
What's your favorite Nintendo game?
Nintendo 64.
And all the games, what's your hardest or your favorite game that you like to play with Nintendo 64?
Star Fox.
Oh, that's a pretty good game. I like that one. I've played that one before. And we have Dan the Man, the Buffalo Man? Is that your full nickname? How'd you get Dan the Man the name, by the way? Let me see your muscles. That's what I want to see. Wait, flex your muscle. Flex your muscle. There you go. Ay. That is a good-looking one. Now, I also want to show the cameraman up high. You have an injury. Was that from football? Was that injury from football ever?
No.
Well, tell me how you got that injury. Right there. It's pretty good scab right now.
I was riding a scooter and I fell off the scooter because I tried no-hander on it.
You tried to ride with no hands? Would you ever try that again?
Yes.
You would? That's a pretty good scrape. Was it bleeding and everything?
Yes.
Were you there when he did that?
No.
Who was with you when you did that?
My friends.
And did they have to call the ambulance for you?
No.
Okay. So you went to the house and was your mom there?
No.
Well, who cleaned up your alley there?
My sister.
How old is your sister?
18.
Well, now, do you normally get along with your sister? I mean, do you ever yell at her? Does she ever yell at you?
Yes.
But this time she helped you out. Did she yell at you, by the way, for doing that?
No.
Good. See, she was. What's your sister's name?
Julie.
Okay. All right. Do you think Julie would be a good football player if you put pads on her?
I don't know.
What position do you think Julie would be good at as a football player?
I don't know.
Is she tall?
Yeah.
Good, so she could be a receiver. Does she have good hands? Have you ever thrown anything at her when you're mad and she caught it?
Yeah.
You guys are okay. Now, what makes you mad out on the field, Dan the Man?
When people get me down.
Yeah. And do you get them down sometimes?
Yes.
What's the correct technique for tackling someone? Can you tell me? Do you keep your eyes open or do you have them shut?
Open.
And do you use your shoulder pads?
Yes.
And you wrap them up. That's very good. You guys are okay. Now I'm going to get back to you one more time, and what do you want to say?
Well, I've gotten one injury in football, and I've twisted my knee.
That is serious. Was that your injury? You twisted your knee?
Yeah.
Which knee? This one right here? Yeah. Okay. And does it still hurt?
No, because it was about, like, how long?
A while ago?
About, like, 5 weeks ago,
Okay.
and then my teammates had to help me off the field.
Ooh, that would be exciting to see that. I mean, it'd be like the story that you come back from injury and do really well, huh?
Yeah, I did really well because I didn't have to run because I, like, broke it, and then there was a kid today that broke his arm during the football game. Well, he, like...
Tynan Murray.
Yeah, Tynan Murray. And he was like, are you awake?
Hello?
Hi, you smell what the walk is cooking?
Yes, we're okay. Guys, I got to let you go because I got some more guys on there, okay? Good job, Poway Packers. We'll see you in your next game, okay?
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. My cat is so fat, his belly swings side to side.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And your cat's name is?
Nickel.
Nickel, okay.
My dog's name is Penny, so that's where I got the idea.
I see. I got you. Okay, guys. Wave goodbye to the camera, eh? Yeah.
Walk, so...
3 more of the talented Poway Packers, and we've got number 76 right here, and you are who?
Travis, and I play left guard.
Okay. And you are?
Andrew, and my jersey number is 77, and I play tight end on offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am Scott Jackson. My number is 80, and I play kickoff, offensive end, and defensive end.
All sorts of places, all sorts of players. Travis, we'll start with you on this side. Do you play any other competitive sports besides football, Travis?
No.
You are a one-man show when it comes to football. What do you like about football best?
The hitting.
Really? Do you practice hitting anybody when you're not at practice, like at home? Do you ever practice with your brothers or sisters?
I don't have any, but I do practice with my dad.
That's good. So what is your dad, how do you practice with your dad?
Well, sometimes he gets the ball and I tackle him, and sometimes I get the ball and he tackles me.
Isn't it kind of hard to tackle your dad?
No.
No, you can just bring him down, no problem, huh?
No. Yes.
Okay, so you like to practice, and what about other types of things? For example, you've been playing football how long?
2 years.
Now, do you have trophies each of those years in your room?
No, I put them in the living room.
Ah, do you have any other types of awards in that living room besides your 2 trophies?
No.
So you're starting your own trophy case, right?
Yes.
And you'll get a trophy this year?
Yes.
Okay, do you ever sign any autographs? Anybody ask you for autographs?
No.
Okay, well, that's all right. Do you collect Pokemon by any chance?
No.
Can you say anything else besides no?
No.
Do you collect anything besides, do you have any collections of anything?
Yes.
What do you like to collect?
Usually rocks.
Do you polish the rocks too, or you just collect them?
I just collect them.
What's the neatest looking rock you have right now?
The white and shiny one.
Where did you find this at?
On the street.
It was just laying on the street?
In the park.
Well, that's actually pretty cool. So how many rocks do you think that you have altogether?
I think I have about 9.
That's cool. A lot of rocks. Now, do you collect any type of things?
I collect Pokemon cards.
You do? Pokemon. How many Pokemon cards do you have?
About around 250.
Oh, come on. You know, that's like that. It must have cost you like, what, $10,000 to collect that many?
No.
Who gives you, who buys, who pays for, where do you get these Pokemon cards from? That was a lot of questions all at once. So, where do you normally get your Pokemon cards?
A place called Artifacts.
Oh, I know where Artifacts is. Sure, up in Carmel Mountain Ranch up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
By the movie theaters?
Yeah. Have you? Who gives you the money to buy Pokemon?
My mom.
Now, how do you get your mom to get you money? Do you do chores around the house?
No.
You don't have to do anything. She just gives you money. What a lucky guy.
I get $5 a week.
Oh, for allowance. Well, what do you do for that allowance? What are you supposed to do? Any chores at all, or did she just get it?
I read.
Okay, that's good. What type of books do you read?
Harry Potter and...
That's good. I think there's
comic books?
Comic books. What's a good comic book?
Calvin and Hobbes.
Very good. Those guys that draw comics make a lot of money. Do you draw at all?
Yes. In 3rd grade, I used to draw a lot.
Uh-huh. Now, what grade now?
4th.
4th grade. What are some of the subjects that you have to do in 4th grade at school?
Study about California.
Oh, that's what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the gold rush and just early California. The missions? Do you study about the missions?
Yeah, I think we'll do some of that, and we might build missions.
I heard about that. I think when my son was in 4th grade, they built a mission too. That'll be a lot of fun. So you're a good athlete, and you're also a good student too, right?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. On the very end, we have, don't tell me I'm looking, is Scott. Big Scott. You're one of the taller players, I would think, on the team. Does size help you?
Yeah.
Now, what position do you like to play best out on the field?
Offensive end.
Now, what are your responsibilities as an offensive end?
To block when they go through my hole and to try really hard to catch the ball.
What number is assigned to your hole? Like, if they say run through the number, what hole is it?
5 and 7.
Okay, so you're on the odd side because it's evens and odds, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a chance to run with the ball even in practice?
Yeah.
You ever gotten hit before?
Yeah.
Kind of hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those good old days in playing. After a football game like today, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
First I'm gonna watch the rest of the game, and then I'm gonna go to Edwards Cinemas and watch a movie.
So what movie do you think you're going to go see today?
An action movie.
Anything in particular yet?
No.
What's the last movie that you've seen, Scott?
What's that called? Chill Factor.
Chill Factor. Was that a good movie?
Yeah.
Did you happen to see Big Daddy at all?
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Okay. He's pretty funny. He has some good movies. What about TV? What's your good show that you like to watch on TV?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Good action show. You know, I kind of like The Simpsons myself. Do you ever watch The Simpsons?
Yeah, sometimes.
How about you? What's your favorite show on TV right now?
I don't have one, but my best station would probably be Cartoon Network.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great one. How about you? Do you ever watch any TV at all?
Yes.
What do you like to watch on TV?
The jersey.
What is that?
The jersey.
What is that?
Well, it's about a magical jersey.
Uh-huh.
And if you put it on, you get to turn into one of your favorite football players.
Cool. Gosh, that sounds like a great one. If you got to put a jersey on, what jersey would you want to, or what player would you want to become?
Steve Young.
Cool. That's great. Well, guys, you are all right. 76, 77, 80. We're 78 and 79.
We don't have them.
Okay, that's cool. All right. All right. Good job, guys. Wave to the camera. Wave. Hey, Mom and Dad. Hey, goodbye.
See ya.
All right. See you soon. Thanks, guys. We are back with you. 3 more Poway Packers. They're the last of the group, but by no means the least. They are a talented bunch. Don't be concerned about that. You are who?
My name is Johnny Maybe, and my jersey number is 82, and I play nose guard and defensive tackle.
And you are?
Eric Norman, 91, and I'm the kicker. I play tackle and the tackle for offense, too.
Good. And you are?
Kevin Church, my jersey number is 92, and I play defensive right guard.
Okay, we'll start with Johnny. Have you played football before?
No.
Now, how did you get involved with playing football this year? Tell me the story, how it happened.
Well, my best friend, Noni Addy, was playing football, and he showed me his helmet one day, and I had the idea to play football too.
You wanted to wear one of those helmets, huh? So now that you get to wear one of those helmets, is it as cool as you thought it was?
Yes.
What's the hardest part about being a first-year player, do you think?
I think mostly it's the playbook because I've never really seen one before. And I have to study all the plays.
Yeah, you sure do.
And I don't really know what they are. So.
Yeah, you got to continue to get used to it and practice. What is it that you feel best about yourself when you come off the field and you go, yes, I did it? What would that be?
Making a good hit or tackle. And maybe sometimes if I play offense before I play defense normally, and as a substitute, making a good block.
Good. You know, you got it all down. Good tackles, good blocks. You are all right out there. I know that as you continue to play, that you'll get better and better, and you'll even have more fun out there. In the middle, we've got Eric Norman, one of the bigger athletes out there, I'd say. How much do you weigh?
I think 80 pounds.
80 pounds. Now, do you have any brothers?
I have a sister.
You have a sister. And how old is she?
She's 14.
So is she tall also?
Yeah, she's taller than my mom.
Wow. How tall is your mom, you think?
5'4".
Okay, so you guys will be tall and big. So as you're playing out there, do you get tired? Do you ever think about, man, I'm getting tired out here?
No, I'm just having so much fun. I don't get too much.
What's so fun about it? Tell me what's fun. If someone's never played football, as a matter of fact, if Johnny had not played football and he came up to you and said, what's so fun about it, what would you say?
Hitting people and stuff. And it's just fun because you get to play a lot in the second year.
That's true. As you get older and more experienced, you get to play a lot. Was last year your first year?
Yeah.
Now, do you play different positions this year than you did last year?
Well, I just changed. Last year, I basically played the same positions, but I didn't play as much.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, Johnny. See, as you get older, you get to play more, and that's good. What is it, if someone came up to you at school and said, how come your team's so good, what would you say?
We hit hard, make good tackles.
So good fundamental football. You know, some people will say, like talking about baseball, for example, they say to be a good baseball player, you need to be able to hit the ball, catch the ball, and you got to be able to run the bases. What would be the 3 things that a good football player has to do?
Hit hard, think mentally, and
touchdown by number 42.
I don't know the third.
Those are 2 good ones, hitting hard, but most importantly, thinking. Because, you know, you could be the best big guy out there, but if you don't think and use your head, you're right, you're not going to be good. And that was a great answer. On the very end, we've got, is it Kevin? Kevin, one of the few players I've seen in a long time that actually wears braces. Do you ever change the band colors in your braces?
Yeah.
What are some of the other colors that you wear?
Green and sometimes red.
All righty. Well, green would match your uniform, I'd say. What would red be for?
Maybe just going to school or having fun.
Now, you go and change them every few weeks, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Now, you got some pretty snazzy-looking cleats on. If I could take, can you put them up? Actually, they're very similar. These are Rawlings, and you can see the red and the black on there. You think they make you run faster?
Kind of.
Did you get timed in the 40-yard dash at all this year for football?
Yeah, but I don't know my time.
Can't remember. Do people say that you're fast out there? Are you a fast runner?
Kind of.
What do you do best out there, by the way?
Run the ball.
What's it like to run the ball out on a field when people are chasing you?
It's kind of tough. It's kind of hard to get away from them when they leap and try to dive on you. But it's also kind of easy because when they dive, you can just move over and they'll hit the ground.
Do you have any good juke moves at all? You're just a straightaway runner? A power runner, as they would say. Now, how long have you been playing football then?
This is my first year.
First year, and have you played any other sports besides football?
I've played baseball, but I've never actually been in, like, games. I just played, like, at school.
Yeah, so this is the first organized sport you've played. What is it what you thought it would be like?
Yeah.
Is it something that you'd think that you'd want to continue to try and play?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. What's the hardest piece of equipment that you have to take on and take off?
Probably would be my helmet, because if I don't have Vaseline on the ear,
It's hard, isn't it? Good man. I was telling one of the other guys that my son, when he played Pop Warner, we had to put Vaseline all over his ears so he get his helmet off. That's all right. Did you put Vaseline on today?
No.
Uh-oh.
I just put it on, and then when I sweat, it gets it wet.
Okay, there you go. So is it easier to put on or take off?
Probably put on.
I would think either way is tough. And your mouthpiece, right? And tell me how you go about making a mouthpiece.
I have to go to sports stores and buy special kind of mouthpieces.
And why is that?
Because normal mouthpieces that you get won't protect my braces.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. And you guys all wear mouthpieces, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been called for a penalty for not wearing a mouthpiece?
No.
That's good. You're okay? Have you ever been called a penalty against you?
Once.
Uh-oh. What was it about?
I accidentally held the guy.
Ah, you accidentally did that? It happens sometimes. If you're playing football, you're bound to have an accidental penalty. How about you? Ever been called for something?
Yeah, and I played Oceanside, and I got called for clipping, but I just touched them on the back in his bag call.
Have you ever made an extra point kick yet?
No, I don't do field goals.
Oh, you don't field goals?
I do the kickoff.
Kickoffs. Okay. What's the farthest you've been able to kick a ball?
About 35
Cool.
yards.
Great. Now, what's the longest run that you've had so far in your short career?
Probably around 15 yards.
Good solid pickup. Great. Well, guys, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and I hope you guys continue your winning season that you've had all so far. Good luck to you, okay? All right. With me is head coach Chris Lands. Coach, what are you most proud about this group of kids you're coaching this year?
What I'm most proud about is they work well together as a team. The guys that returned from last year helped out the new guys that have never played before, and they've progressed together. They work together, they play together. Teamwork is all what it's all about.
When we talk about team strengths, what is it that your team has that makes you such a successful team?
I think since our strength is there's not one individual. It's all 11 that are playing out there, working together as a team. Everybody helps each other. That's, I think, our major strong point is teamwork, camaraderie, working together.
I always kid around with the kids and I ask them if their coach is tough. And actually they said no, they really enjoyed coaching with you and that you really weren't a tough guy. So what is it that you hope that these guys will remember about you this year? Because they'll move on and they'll play at higher levels, maybe even high school and college. But what was it that you would hope that they would remember about Chris Lance as their coach?
Well, what I hope they would remember would be, you know, having fun, working together. I'm not one of those coaches that yell, scream. I do raise my voice because you have to yell to get through their helmet so they can actually hear what's going on. I have a different coaching philosophy. I think if everybody works together as a unit, teamwork, teaming up with a partner, like I said, the returning players from last year, the new players, watching the returning players because they've been around it before, help progress the new players extremely well. Teamwork, I can't stress teamwork enough. I mean, just working together, having fun. Basic principle is football is to have fun. If they go out to have fun, they're going to play their best. They're going to like what they're going to do. They're going to actually come back again, probably to a different coach, or stay with me through the program. You know, that's teamwork. I just can't stress teamwork enough. Having fun, major principle of football. Pop Warner, this level, is to have fun, have a great coaching staff, have everybody that gets along. There's no one superhuman out there. It's everybody together. Togetherness is the basics principle of the Packer squad. We attack in packs, we work in packs, we're a pack.
Well, you definitely showed some great football out there. It was a tough loss today, but definitely I had a great time with the kids. They all got super personalities, very humble too. I asked them questions about trying to get them to brag about themselves, and they really didn't do it. It's a good group of kids, and I want to thank you for spending some time with us, and just good luck in the rest of the season, Coach.
Thank you, thank you. I think we're going to have an excellent season. Like we said, we've been undefeated until today, but today we played real good. We kept it to a low-scoring game. They did extremely well. I'm proud of everybody.
Great. And thanks again. That's Chris Lance. That's the head coach. Thank you very much, Coach, again. It was a tough game out there today on the field. It started out blue skies, got a little bit hot as we went later on, but it was the grinding running game of the Murrieta Firehawks that really did the damage this time. It was a close game by the standards of normal scores for the Firehawks. Firehawks, normally a team that goes out there and will score 30 and 40 points. Today, they won the game, but it was a moral victory for the Packers as they kept them to only 18 points. The Firehawks, they continue on undefeated. For the Packers, that's only one loss that they've got this entire season. They're still on momentum to have a great, great season. Well, we'll end it right here. Post-game interviews, they are complete. And as we leave you, we'll just give you that final score. Murrieta Firehawks 18, Poway Packers nothing. On behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'd like to thank you for watching. This has been our Game of the Week. And as always, we'll see you again. Bye-bye, everybody.